Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So not too long ago we made a video called How to Improve the Basics, where we put together all the essential tips for improving at Overwatch. Really, those methods can be applied to improving at a lot of things, so we wanted to get a little bit more specific. After hearing the response from the first video, we felt more than happy to make a follow-up one, so here we are. Today we'll be covering general tips on how to improve and practice a specific hero. We'll be going over how to get started, sorting out the foundations that you need to have in place before you properly get going on the new hero, and then move on to ways of practicing and improving. Oh, and also during this video, if you think of any specific topics or areas in the game that you want us to make tutorials on how to improve, then make sure to let us know in the comments. That's pretty much it though. I'm gonna let Miska take it away, so here we go.
So, where do we start off? Well, to begin with, practicing a hero or a set of heroes is very different from hero to hero, and very different from role to role. Depending on which heroes you've chosen, if they're all in the same role or not, it's gonna affect how you practice. But let's focus on practicing one hero from one role to begin with. We did a video talking about roles and responsibilities that I recommend you to check out, because this goes over sort of what you really need to know and the essentials for each role. You should be familiar with most of this stuff already, but it's still a good run through so you have the right mindset for practicing maybe a new class and a new set of heroes in that class and role. Anyway, moving on, a great place to start is actually the practice range. This place offers a wide variety of targets, different distances to the targets, different sets of targets, groups of them, and also if they're static or if they're moving around. There's also a lot of obstacles and things you can hide behind, or that the targets can even hide behind, and honestly it's a great place to get used to a new hero. Even just warming up a little bit before you get into an actual match is great to do here. But starting off, you want to pick your hero, go into the practice range, and you want to adjust the settings. You want to adjust your aim, your sensitivity, and your reticle. Now your aim is really just how you're used to aiming with this hero. So that's just you getting comfortable with the way aiming works with this new hero. Maybe you're using projectiles, or maybe using hit scan. Right, next up, we have to adjust the sensitivity to get used to our aim properly. The sensitivity options can be found under the options menu, and there are even specific ones for certain heroes such as Widowmaker. Adjust here until you find just the right spot for you. If you're wondering what my sensitivity and DPI is, it's 800 DPI and 8 sensitivity, but really this differs from person to person and it really is personal preference after all. I recommend a lower sensitivity though for higher accuracy, and maybe it'll force you to move your arm and your hand around more, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Next up, reticle. This can be important for hero to hero as well, as Hanzo for example has some pretty decent guides for his reticle. Some people like to use a dot or a circle instead though. And if for Zarya on the default reticle you can see the circle filling up as well as the number, which might be a good indication that you want to keep or not. So you have to be careful when switching the reticles out so you don't just have default on all the heroes and then realize that, oh actually I lose some functionality by using this reticle instead. Right, with that out of the way, let's get into actually practicing and how you should practice. So practicing with friends allows them to respect your pick and build a team composition around it. This is great, but maybe not a realistic scenario since very few of us always queue as a 6-player pre-made. So you need to keep this in mind when practicing with a lot of friends. So say for example you want to try out Ana. Maybe you have someone that constantly picks another supports that works well with Ana. Or say you want to learn Genji. It might be nice to have a Zarya on a tank when attacking so the Zarya can shield you occasionally, and that just gives you a little bit more extra time to sort of ease yourself into this new hero. But do remember that this is more of a safety net at the start to make you feel comfortable and not make the start as rough as it can be. Now next step is literally just playing a lot. It's simple as that. Use the tips from our first video to minimize mistakes and so on. You can check out that video by clicking the annotation now on screen. Essentially it's about noticing and noting down and fixing the mistakes that you make on certain heroes or just overall when playing Overwatch. When you pass the first stepstone or first threshold of practicing this new hero, you should feel more comfortable with it, but if there still are some stuff that you can't quite work out or things you want to min-max and just do better, then maybe ask people with more experience on these certain heroes about what minor tips has helped them out a lot. Sometimes it's really small things, such as how to aim with your projectiles as Genji, or how to move around more efficiently as Pharah, and a lot of people have personal little tips and tricks, and ways that just make their life a little bit easier when playing these heroes. So it's worth asking around to see if anyone has any personal tips or tricks. Right, I think that is it though. Other than this, it is just to keep practicing and keep doing what we talked about in the first video about noting down your mistakes and learning from them. But these are the essentials that you really need to keep in mind when practicing a hero or a set of heroes. Good luck and let us know how you get on.
And there you have it, our essential topics for practicing and improving at a specific hero. If you want more hero specific tips, you can always check out our old quick start guides, or just ask us to cover whichever topics, abilities or heroes that you are interested in. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to drop a like if you've enjoyed this and subscribe for more Overwatch content if you haven't already. And until next time, take care and we'll see you then.